bit of a break playing Mum for the last couple of years since we saw you on big screen, and last time we saw you was as James Hunt in Rush. So how does it feel to be back in superhero land?
It's good fun. It's good fun. Yeah, this is the third time that I've played this character, and the second time for you. And I mean, I love it. You know, it's great to be a part of something that has this kind of following, and to come back the third time with a bit more of an idea about who these characters are, and it's a bit more less anxiety, I guess, but a lot of fun.
And Natalie, you play a scientist. You're there for the women, a feisty woman in this film.
Yeah, she definitely gives Thor a little piece of her mind.
Piece of her hand, even.
Piece of her hand. That's sort of for all the women out there who ever had a guy to not call them back.
Yeah.
Even if they're this guy,
He was busy. He was saving the universe. So
excuses.
Sometimes they need to be kept in line. How much pressure is there, though, to make sure that you kind of keep there with all the facts and the figures in terms of the comic books? Because there are some really loyal fans out there. Is the pressure on to make sure it's spot on?
Yeah, I mean, you want to do it justice, and I think the first time around we did that, and then by the third time, you're always, you're staying authentic to the original source, but we also have to make it our own and do our thing and give a truthful version, and so far I think everyone's been with us anyway, so it's a lot of fun.
Because Natalie, your character in the comic book is actually a nurse, but in this, it's a scientist instead. Is this trying to kind of get more of a female audience on board, maybe?
I think that it's updating it in a way, because the comic books were written, the originals were written, a few decades ago, and obviously many women are still wonderful nurses now, but also they've entered into different careers like astrophysics, and so to reflect the changing times, we also have cell phones in the movie, the things that are not always in the comic books.
And you also filmed quite a lot of the movie right here in London. I was looking at some photos on the internet today. You looked absolutely freezing. It was last November, I think. How is it filming here in London?
I mean, I love it. I was all right. I had the big Thor costume. Natalie here wasn't as lucky. She had a thinner outfit than I, but I've done a few films here, and I love it. It's such beautiful locations, great crews, and yeah, it's a pretty special place.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to work here a lot too, and it is really the best place to work. We've got the best crews in the world, the best actors, especially when you get some Australian imports also, and great locations, and it's fun to have the premiere here. It's kind of a full circle.
And Natalie, I've got to ask you, in a recent interview you mentioned that women maybe aren't getting the meaty roles that they deserve in Hollywood. I'll ask you both about it. Why did you say that? What do you think needs to change?
I don't think I said exactly that. I think I was talking more about, I think that feminism is kind of misinterpreted, and it turns into like the action has to kick butt, and I don't think that's necessarily feminist. To have a woman just act like we see men in movies doesn't make that feminist. I think just having a range of different ways women can be, whether it's weak or strong, just being human and being real and not just being some fantasy of a male writer is more feminist than just having, all of a sudden she knows how to do kung fu.
And for you, Chris, I'm sure you'd agree. You got a smack from her.
Absolutely,
said,
yeah.
Right?
No, and my mum would be right here to slap me if I disagreed. So absolutely, I'm with her.
Chris, Natalie, thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
And hopefully we're going to be speaking to Idris Elba later on this hour.